Straight left hand here, nearly going for linear parallel. The first two shots from linear parallel for body shots. Not something that has been a point of emphasis since he started working with Bob Santos. But all about body punching. We already have the skills from his Cuban pedigree all this time in the amateur ranks. But he has been teaching him to sit down those punches and aim downstairs to the body. Now you can see even at 305, a lot of real estate to work with Jarrell Miller.
Both these fighters are excellent body punchers, but I would think the faster hands and maybe the better body punching is Romero. But Miller, excellent uppercut. So once he gets on the inside, look for the uppercuts from Miller, and on the outside, look for that jab to control the action, the distance and range for near peril.
You know, how Miller starts is going to be worth watching. He started slow against Andy Ruiz, and that was a big reason he came out with a draw. He was slow against Kingsley eBay and just escaped with a split decision. I don't know if he can afford to lose a lot early rounds against Linear Peril.
He did say in fighter meetings that he might see me box a little bit more, and indeed we're seeing Miller in a bladed stance, holding his ground on the outside a little bit more, but to this point, it's worked in the favor of Linear Peril.
Well, he's doing that because he wants to take away the jab of the southpaw. You could bet, training in Philly with Bozianis, that's what they've worked on. Don't let the southpaw start utilizing that jab and controlling the action. You're the big man. You're going to be on the front foot. Make sure your jab's on top of his jab, and that way you can intercept. But if you notice, he's not really swinging much power or speed as Miller. It's more of a pawing jab.
Kind of a backhand jab, too, the kind we see from Tyson Fury.
He's baiting to actually throw something back.
Sneaking in some jabs there.
He's pawing at the gloves of Peril. He's not really looking at the left side. He's looking to get a reaction, a counter from Peril. He can come back with something else. He definitely came back with something there. Left hook, one of his best shots. And left hand on the guard.
I think Miller's been pretty dismissive of the power of Linear Peril, but 8 knockouts in 13 fights, that's not nothing. He's got some good wins. Victor Faust was a solid comfort behind knockout win for Linear Peril.
Peril's power comes behind speed. That's what it is. He'll catch you off guard. He's a big man, but he relies on speed.
20 seconds of round one. Big left hand from Peril, most consequential shot of the round.
Seconds.
Closer to Peril here.
Listen for that bell, John. Listen for the bell.
Seconds tick away in a good opening round for the Cuban.
Climb right there.
Five.
You're damn good. All the way back. I need you. All the way back. I need you. All the way back in the corner. All the way back. I need you. All the way back. All the way back. I need you. All the way back in the corner.
In the first place, Luis Ortiz, you can see some stylistic similarities. The big difference is how often Peril targets the body.
Exactly. That's the big most. Good body shot there by Peril, even though Miller landed a big left hook. Miller's going to have to counter with hooks, left hooks and right hooks, because that's going to be, don't leave it out there, don't leave it out there, of a southpaw and Peril. You're going to want to get some angles, so you got to take away those angles with hooks. You pull this head down, that calls a low blow. Go.
Thomas Taylor there. Telling Big Baby it was his fault that he got hit low. Nice left hand down the middle.
Stop. Let him go. Turn around. Let's go.
This is what opponents have found tricky with Peril. It's the power, but also that frame guard. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Right now, he is landing some heavy left hands.
Jarrell Miller has kind of shook his head and smiled off a couple of these headshots, but they've had an impact. He's been buckled a couple of times by those right hands.
He's definitely got the attention of Miller. Stop. Let him go. It's not really concussive power, but he's so sharp with it. When he's sharp with those punches, he's getting the attention of Miller. Miller, there's no upper body movement, just really stiff. He's also not jabbing his head. He's not doubling and tripling the jabs with Big Baby. He's just pawing with that jab and making it easier for Peril to actually counter with something quick.
Peril just sneaking that left hand through the guard of Miller again a moment ago. Tries to loop that shot.
And every time Peril does throw a shot, he gets a
way to the inside.
Good shot, good angle. Good tight guard. Out in here, Jarrell.
Nice body shot there for Perro, right on the belt line of Miller.
Yeah, Miller's taking these body shots well, but they're landing pretty clean.
Good uppercut there too for Perro.
Let's throw it in.
Remember, that was a shot that Kingsley eBay could land as well. And now Perro finding a lane for him here in the second.
Stop fucking.
Seconds of round two.
Listen for the bell.
Big Baby picking it up a little bit here, but more tremendous work. But Perro, there we go.
Time.
Right at the bell.
Doubled it. Here's the body. Jarrell. Let's go, guys. Gotta go. Let me see it. Changing hooks right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay in the everlast. Stay in the everlast. Let me see it. 3. Go.
3 underway. Some early returns from Lanier Perro. Just landed a wicked left hand again in the opening 5 seconds of the round. And this is more of the bulldozer technique.
Pull it out now. Pull it out.
From Big Baby Miller using that 305-pound frame to lean on Perro.
Can't pull on the head and punch up, right? Go.
And that's the fight that I expect him to be successful in, where he uses his body, use your size, use that 50-pound advantage.
Straight back, straight back. Let's go.
Make it a physical fight. If you're Miller, do not let a left hand, don't let that Cuban sniper just try to control you on the outside with the jabs. Make it rough. And that's what Miller's doing right now.
Work on that, guys. Work on that.
How do you have this story so far?
Yeah, I've got 2 rounds of 9 in favor of Lanier Perro. Good body work, good accuracy. Jarrell's done a decent job with the jab, but the most consequential punches have been landed by Lanier Perro. It's kind of looked a little bit like the fights we've seen of Jarrell in the past, where he hasn't really gotten that engine going. Kind of like an old car or a lawnmower trying to get going in these early rounds.
Miller trying to swing his way to the inside. Finding a path for an uppercut there.
Good shot.
Work here from Miller.
Miller's doing a good job for ropes. Miller's doing a good job swiveling under and getting the body shots. Head movement is actually pretty good here on Big Baby. Staying on the inside, dodging those hooks, and again, he's coming up from the bottom.
And this was one of the questions, Sergio, that we had coming into this fight. If this fight started to look like this for long stretches, does Perro have the toolbox to be an infighter that can bang with your own metal?
Exactly. Right now, it's a little bit too early for him to be fighting out on the inside like that, but maybe he's being forced physically by the bigger and heavier man.
Well, this is unquestionably something that Bob Santos is going to address in the corner between rounds. This is not where Perro's corner wants him to be.
Big right hook there from Perro. Two shot into the body. Perro does the same. Good action here in the 3rd round.
I don't know why Perro is standing in the pocket like this. He won the first 2 rounds. Not moving in the most nimble of ways, but moving around the ring, getting his shots in and then getting out. I don't think he wants to stand just trade with Jarrell Miller.
Well, he was boxing. It wasn't really moving. He was boxing, using the
Seconds.
Right now, he just gave up those advantages and just let Big Baby Miller come into the fight.
Big sweeping hook there from Miller and another one. Big Baby.
5.
Roll, come back, roll. The shots, and he was digging to the body. He the shots, and he was digging the shots, and he was digging to the body. The shots, and he was all the way back in the game. So early, I do not know, but that was not a good round for Lanier Perro. That's not the fight that he should be fighting.
He landed some good shots. in that round. I think he was accurate in that round, but I agree with you. Jarrell Miller made him fight his kind of fight. What struck me, Sergio, is that we are in the fourth round.
The shots, and he was digging to the shots, and he was all the way back in the game so early. I do not know, but that was not a good round for Linear Peril. That's not the fight that he should be fighting.
He landed some good shots in that round. I think he was accurate in that round, but I agree with you. Jarrell Miller made him fight his kind of fight. What struck me, Sergio, is that we are in the fourth round, and both of these guys are breathing very heavy.
The shots, and he was digging to the body. He kept Barrow against the ropes. It's not that Barrow decided to be against the ropes. He forced him against the ropes. Let me see it, Jarrell. Let me see it. Number 4. Let me see it. Number 4. And why is Barrow changing so early? I do not know, but that was not a good round for Linear Peril. That's not the fight that he should be fighting.
He landed some good shots in that round. I think he was accurate in that round, but I agree with you. Jarrell Miller made him fight his kind of fight. What struck me, Sergio, is that we are in the fourth round, and both of these guys are breathing very heavy at this point.
Well, conditioning has always been an issue for Miller. For Peril, it's going to be fatigue if he continues fighting.
Oh, it will stop looking. Hang on. I hate when it does that.
For Miller, for Peril, it's going to be fatigue.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
That's what Big Baby Miller did well here. See, he didn't keep his head in the same place. He was dipping, he was going under the shots.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for these type of problems on my TV.
Let me see it, Jarrell. Let me see it. Number 4. Let me see it. Number 4. And why is Barrow changing so early? I do not know, but that was not a good round for Linear Peril. That's not the fight that he should be fighting.
He landed some good shots in that round. I think he was accurate in that round, but I agree with you. Jarrell Miller made him fight his kind of fight. What struck me, Sergio, is that we are in the fourth round, and both of these guys are breathing very heavy at this point.
Well, conditioning has always been an issue for Miller. For Peril, it's going to be fatigue if he continues fighting the big man's fight. Good shots, good body shots there by Peril.
Back comes Miller and body works his own, but that is low. And there have been repeated warnings.
Do me a favor, stay right there. Stay right there. Hey, it's all right. Wasn't intentional. You all right? Just let me know when you're ready. Stay right here for me, all right? Stay right here. Hey, do me a favor, stay right there. Jarrell, I know it's not intentional, but you got to get those things
So I'm
out.
called by Thomas Taylor.
Let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, the low blow by Miller.
Linear Peril's got 5 minutes to recover after that low blow. Clearly, shots below the belt there.
You ready? Ready? Time in. I like that. No point deduction, just a hard warning, giving him his time. Excellent refereeing, as always, by Tom Taylor.
Yeah, there's a reason Taylor has a growing reputation as one of the best in the business. He handled that very well. But back comes Big Baby Miller right
Go,
into the front.
let him go. Those are heavy body shots. But Miller just keeps walking through, man. I mean, yeah, all that cushion
Jarrell.
Miller doing a good job keeping his left foot on the outside as well. Taking away the advantage from the southpaw. Sneaky good moves on the inside by Miller. This is the fight that I want to continue seeing again. You got to make it physical. Stay on the inside and don't let Jarrell get you on the outside with the slightly quicker pounds.
Jarrell now wheeling away. Big sweeping hooks. Jarrell getting underneath, but he gets clipped with that right hand.
Big baby punching offensively, reminding the defense. Notice every time he throws 3-4 punches, he dips under. He's expecting the punches coming back from Jarrell. There you go. See stuff like that. Punch, dip. You can be an offensive machine and still behind your defense. Roberto Durán was the king, the master of that. Of punching and dipping and still digging the body.
And there is not a lot of steam on these punches from Linear Jarrell right now.
Linear Jarrell's team kind of floating a couple of built-in excuses this week, talking about how the date for this fight moved a couple of times. He really only had 4 or 5 weeks knowing what the date was to prepare for it. It's just something that I registered during this fight week. And looking at Linear Jarrell right now, he just doesn't look like
John seconds.
he's ready to fight at this stage.
You alright? You good? Go.
Jarrell Miller also grabbing onto the rope there in a split second. So
Nice hook connected there from Jarrell, but Miller comes back. What about 50?
Vibe.
Right downstairs to the body immediately. Jarrell again seeing Brown back against the ropes. All right, Chris Maddox, how do you have this one scored thus far?
yeah, I've got it dead even, 38-38. The third round was competitive, but Jarrell Miller clean won the fourth. And I think Linear Jarrell was letting Jarrell Miller dictate the pace of this fight. First 2 rounds, he stayed moving, he landed his shots, got in, got out, outboxed Jarrell Miller. The last 2, he's just hanging against the ropes, letting Jarrell Miller put pressure. That is not the way to win the fight if you're Linear Jarrell. 38-38 in my scorecard.
Without the jab, Jarrell's not going to be able to win this fight. He needs to get on the back foot, jabbing and staying off the ropes, keeping the fight in the middle of the ring, boxing in circles. If you're Linear Jarrell, this is all Jarrell Miller's fight right here.
Nice uppercut there from Miller.
I don't know how these two guys are going to go 12 rounds. We're not even halfway through the fight, and they are just winging, flat-footed and winging.
This is how some 70s and 80s heavyweight slugfests look like. This is Tex Cobb, Ernie Shavers. Jarrell Miller is all over Jarrell here.
I'm not putting Ernie Shavers into this. That guy could crack.
I refer to a specific fight.
This is more of a Ron Lyle, fight. A big George Foreman type fight. I mean, 2 big, giant monsters just staying in front of each other. No foot forward, just flat-footed and right in front of each other. Slugfest. I'm going, boy, stop.
I have to think that Jarrell will have to start doing more of that, just trying to lock Big Baby Miller back. Jarrell doing some good work here on the inside, but again, if these are 50-50 exchanges, let's say, the optics are in favor of Miller.
Big Baby Miller just looked at me and gave me a nod. And I gotta agree right now. I love what I'm saying from Miller. I mean, this is what happens when a fighter's back against the ropes. When he has a last chance, when everyone gave up on him, he's gonna show you his best because the hunger comes back out.
Triple right hand there from Miller.
Jarrell Miller is not gonna be denied. Just watch that.
10 seconds.
Slugfest here in our main event.
Vibe.
And it's fine being a tired fighter, but as long as you know how to fight fatigue. Miller is comfortable. He's doing the right shots. He's not overloaded. He's alternating his speed and power. That's how you continue going from round to round. Watch the elbow. Watch the elbow. Extremely fatigued. It's a skill. Knowing how to fight hurt and knowing how to fight tired.
Well, fighting on the inside, certainly, we talked about this before, that alone could be somewhat of an energy preservation technique, but more so for the guy who's on the front circle.
Absolutely, that is a technique and that is a skill, and you do that in sparring, you do that in the gym. You can see that Miller practiced all this in the tough gyms of Philly.
Miller is just talking linear barrel in between these shots.
Miller giving his own commentary track on this fight. Nice response there from Jarrell, but Miller just keeps barking at him and dragging him into a dogfight.
Stop. Jarrell. Don't do that, all right? Guys, enough yapping, let's fight. Go.
With a copy box, punch totals 369 for Big Baby Miller. But Jarrell outlanding him through 5 rounds according to copy box.
I think there's numbers that are godly more about the first part of the round than linear barrel has fought more often. Over the last 3, Jarrell Miller's done a pretty good job controlling this fight.
Thomas Taylor warning Big Baby enough yapping, but he doesn't watch the promotion of this fight. That's exactly what Big Baby Miller does, and right now he's backing up all that talk.
Miller with that lead up on that lead hand, he's got rules for this. But he's getting away with it every once in a while, Sergio. That it's kind of an old Philly technique, that shield, lifting the sword of Jarrell's body.
As long as you don't use your elbow, the sharp part of your elbow, then you're going to get away with that.
Well, Jarrell Miller did spend 7 weeks training in Philadelphia for this fight, working with Bozy Yanis, who's taking over as chief second for this fight. The last time Bozy was upgrading that capacity, the Andy Ruiz fight, which is another solid performance from Jarrell Miller.
See the hand of Jarrell starting to snap a little bit, taking these shots.
This is old school inside fighting, not power, not loading up on shots, just touching, just breaking down, just touching the ribs, touching the midsection, picking them up with uppercuts. This is some great stuff here by 2 big men, especially Miller.
My gas tank versus yours. Who will run out of gas?
seconds.
10 seconds around. 2 big, tired, but relentless fighters banging it out here.
Fine.
My concern is his trunks keep coming up, so the bottom line is going to end up being a bottom line. Si se puede. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Is Bob Santos telling Jarrell. Si se puede.
Oh, right on top of Jarrell immediately. But hearing that conversation in his corner, well, you can do it. Is there a fading sense of self-belief in Peril right now? There's a little bit of negative body energy.
It's something that has been a concern for Jarrell really throughout his young pro career. Like, the talent is there. Is the will, is the spirit, is the desire to be a great fighter. Does that match the talent? We haven't seen that yet, and we're certainly not seeing that in this fight.
He said Puerta is a Mexican slogan. You know, it's basically, we can do it. Yes, you can. You know, you can steal victory or defeat from victory. But right now, I just don't see the power or the body language from Peril.
And I've got it 58-56 through 6 rounds. Last score I gave to Jarrell Miller. The only area I disagree with you, Sergio, is I do not think this is good by any stretch. This is very low-level heavyweight action right now with two very big guys that are just exhausted and slugging around.
I'd say if you're fighting boxing, it was sweet science, man. As I said, it's an exciting slobber knocker. These are two big men. How do you expect a 300-pound fighter to fight? You're watching it right now. And Jarrell Miller.
Peril is looking absolutely exhausted right now. Mouth hanging open. He's still finding it within himself to land good shots. But there is a lot of time left to deal with this.
And that's what makes Miller dangerous. He's athletic with his feet, he's quick with his hands, but he can take a big shot as well. Anytime the near Peril lands a solid shot, even if it's 2 in a row, Miller eats him up like Pac-Man and comes right back.
Miller told us in final meetings, Peril has never had to fight the way that I fight. Going back to Miller's kickboxing career, he's used to a level of contact that Peril has not experienced in the pros yet, and he is getting everything he could ask for tonight.
Yeah, part of Jarrell Miller's argument was that there are levels to this game, and he has fought at the higher level. Hasn't always been successful. He's been stopped by Danny Dubois, but he has fought gold ground fights. He has fought against good competition, whereas Lander Peril, even though he's looked sharp at times,
10 seconds.
On this fight. Those 2 right hands from Peril. It was like he was just trying to swat Miller away.
Time.
How can you not love that? Hey, we have a new low blow. It's going to be bottom of.
He's starting to fade.
Get him up, get him up. Don't use your head, bro.
Miller just chipping away.
a couple good counter shots there for Jarrell. That's what you need more of. Good stuff, digging downstairs to the body.
See the copy box totals. Still leading in terms of punches landed. But you see the gap starting to widen in terms of the offensive output as Miller starts to place some shots to the body.
Jarrell does land shots that are easy to see, but they don't have the same effect off that shot as Miller's. They drop. And that's where the size advantage, the 50-plus pounds advantage comes in. Jarrell does have good pop in his punch, but not against a 350-pound man.
Jarrell trying to find any space at all to measure Miller for that left hand.
There's an opening for a right hook from Jarrell. It's a corkscrew right hook, though, and he has to go from the top to the bottom. And right now, I think he's a little bit too tired.
And there's the right hand over the top there for Miller as he winds up with another one.
And Miller talking to the audience, saying, watch this, and coming back with an onslaught.
Well, he's talking directly to Eddie Hearn, who's sitting ringside.
Two more right hands there from Big Baby Miller.
And it's really surprising that Linear Peril has looked like a two-round fight. Couple rounds, pretty good start. It seemed like that gas tank went to zero right at the start of the third round.
That's the power of body shots. That's how you compound punishment with those body shots starting early, and they'll pay dividends in the end.
Final 30 seconds of round 8. Jarrell finding routes to the body.
Let's watch those head shots. Even when Jarrell throws a good shot, lands a good body shot, just like that was a little straight low, but the one before that was a that's what's on the blocks. Miller just walks through it. You can't.
10 seconds.
That's got the respect and the attention of Jarrell Miller.
Just launching these right hands every once in a while.
Right there, gentlemen.
Time.
Massive surge. He needs that for a big baby. There you go. And it was more hitter. There we go.
Around the guard, they want more of that from Big Baby. It's those hooks. Beautiful shots. Even Jarrell trying to fight out the big man, but there's a man that's determined in Miller. Nothing is stopping him. Even when he gets hit, he just comes right back. That's intimidating for anybody, and those shots like that, they're taking a toll on the near peril, but you got to credit Jarrell for getting up and continuing to fight on.
Well, Jarrell had some moments in that round as well, particularly landing to the body of Miller. And it looks like we're going to have another copy and paste of the last 7 rounds or so. Right back to the phone booth. We're going to send it over to Chris Vanix, who's in the Jarrell corner. Please take it away.
Bob, what are you seeing out there?
Well, you know, we just got to stay focused, stay on it. It's a rugged, rough fight, and we're in the trenches with a big man, but we got to continue to do what we're doing, continue to plug away, and who's going to want it more coming down the stretch?
What adjustments do you need to see from him over these final rounds?
Don't use the shoulder. Don't use the forearm.
I'd like him to step over a little bit more, but obviously he's a big guy, and it's not that easy just to get around him.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks so much, Chris.
There you go. Corey, a good body shot landed by Jarrell. Nothing phases Miller. Even when a good shot lands on the liver, he just takes it and comes right back.
Yeah, and that's what Bob Santos is pointing out. There's a challenge of how do you get around with a man this big, but also energetically, does Jarrell have it in the tank? I don't know that he has it. That's to do anything differently.
That's the reason there's 2 divisions of heavyweights in the amateurs. There's a heavyweight with his limits of 200 pounds, and then super heavyweights. So that's why we're watching a super heavyweight and a heavyweight. Gotta watch this back there. Watch the back. Good. Stop top there, right? Good. You know, in the pro ranks, once you pass 200 pounds, you can go up to whatever you want. You're going to be fighting that man. The weight disparity here is just a little bit too much, and Jarrell wasn't accustomed or ready for this.
Final minute here of round 9. Nice uppercut through the middle there from Big Baby. Every time Jarrell gets even a modest amount of room, he does let something clean, but it's almost like that just motivates Miller to take another step forward.
And it's with the strong hand, Corey. It's that left hand that's digging those body shots, but it's not phasing Miller. He's been landing shots from the beginning of this fight to now. He's just getting outworked and out-muscled by Miller.
That right hand of Jarrell's almost been taken away. He's almost swatting with it, as I pointed out a couple rounds ago. Final 10 seconds of the round.
Look at that hand movement by Miller. Love that. Nice right hand.
10 seconds.
Jarrell trying to find the energy reserves as he wobbles back.
Time.
Big Baby looking just as
Hey,
exhausted
it's a
on the
perfect
other end.
round. Hey.
Right hand there from Big Baby Miller. Again, not a lot of steam on those right hands from Jarrell. He tries to find the angles in the space that his corner is allowing him to find.
His corner is begging him to step around. His corner doesn't want him standing exactly where he's standing. I've got 88-83 on my scorecard. I've not been able to give Jarrell around since that second. I think he's been competitive
some of these rounds. He's been able to let his hands go and land some shots on Jarrell Miller, but each one of these rounds, it's felt like to me, Jarrell has got like a little bit more and done just enough.
In the first minute of the round, right here, Jarrell's he's had some good shots in the first minute of the round, but then Miller comes right back and makes you forget about the good work that he did in the first half of that round. Stop. John, hey, don't do that. Don't do that, all right? Go.
You have to imagine, too, Sergio, all of these shots, even if they're not landing, they're on the arms of Pero. That's contributing to how unwary he seems to be on the inside. Although, again, every once in a while, he'll let a good shot go.
You know, in a back and forth, seesaw type fight, judges like the guy that's coming forward. You know, the cleaner puncher is probably true, but the more dominant puncher, the active puncher, I gotta say, Miller. And then you have the physical wear and tear that he's doing, just wrestling inside, not being denied.
And you can see the aspect of great generalship in winning rounds, too. And there's no question who prefers the way these rounds look right now.
I don't even think that Pero's been the cleaner puncher for most of this. I mean, the body shots, I guess, have been clean. But these shots from Jarrell, even the jabs, the ones that are slipping through, he's been pretty clean with these shots.
Shots like that, man. You see that left hand that Jarrell just landed? Miller doesn't phase. Nothing happens. He just comes right back. And he outworks him. Look, a 1-2 of the body. Miller is just not going to be denied tonight. This man's not feeling, not respecting anything that Pero's throwing. Well, this is too well by Pero, in my opinion, but Miller's just relentless.
Final 15 seconds of another brutal round of heavyweight boxing.
10 seconds.
These are career-shortening type of fights as they bang away right to the bell.
Side.
That's good shit. Let me see it. 11. You good? Go.
Thomas Taylor asking Lenny Pero if he's good as he's hanging off the ropes at the start of this round.
Yeah, Pero barely took steps out of his corner to start this round.
And now we're entering the championship rounds, and Miller is well familiar with championship rounds. He's fighting against former champions. Pero is uncharted territory for him.
So you wonder if Miller has enough in the tank to kind of drop the hammer one more time. This feels like a fighter in Pero would be susceptible to one good surge at this point.
I think at this point they're already tasted the best of each other, and
They're calloused to what one another can happen.
excellent word. That's exactly it.
Jarrell Miller, if you look at it historically, he is not a late round knockout type of guy. When he gets stoppages, they often occur inside 3-4 rounds. His latter stage is all about kind of overwhelming you with punches. That's exactly what he's been able to do tonight. Just throw a lot more shots than Lenny Pero.
Pero just landed a solid body shot that I think finally caught the attention of Miller. See how Miller's left arm trying to block the left side of his body right now. It was a shot that Pero landed. An uppercut to the gut.
Miller took a brief step back there, and you're right, Sergio. And guarding against those body shots right now. Now, Pero starting to back over.
Yeah, this is the first time I see give in Miller. Get him up. Get those up.
Pero's been asking for it. Back him up. Don't stand the bridge. Be the front foot fighter. This is where he had success in the first couple of rounds. See those punch totals. Those are not normal numbers for heavyweights.
But they're in range for Jarrell Miller. You know, when he was at his best during those years, he was charging up the rankings, trying to get a position to fight Anthony Joshua. He was throwing 700, 800, 900 punches per fight.
Yeah, the version of Jarrell Miller is coming back in various spots. That version of Big Baby Miller, that's what he said he wanted to tap into, that kind of volume. He's brought that here tonight.
Marius Bach took a lot of punishment that fight against Jarrell.
shift, if you want to call it that, from Lenny Farrell in this round. He's not been backed up anywhere near as much. He's kept the fight on the front foot and been able to land some shots. I do agree with certainly a body shot caught the attention of Miller, and he's having more success in this round than he's had since any.
10 seconds.
Yeah, big men and aggressive fighters hate being pushed back. They can't fight backwards like they do coming forward. And I think that's where Perro is having success, but it just takes too much soul.
Time. Let's go to the 12th and final round. Still in let's fight.
From both men, commands respect. Round 12 of an all-round heavyweight slugfest.
Rock and sock and heavyweight robots right now in this last round.
Take a look at Chris Mannix's scorecard. I see you giving Perro around 11.
Yeah, I thought Perro did some decent work in that round. Doing what he's kind of doing right now is keeping him on that front foot, but it's going to take something special for Lenny Perro to win in my card. But Jarrell Miller has been the dominant fighter since the end of that second round. Her Louisiana saying that last one, this one's ours. We got this. I tend to agree with them. I think Lenny Perro needs a knockout.
And despite thinking they have it on the back, I think the right decision being made here. The safest place for Big Baby is still in here. You don't want to get on your bike and give Perro space.
No, you do not. This is what I was accustomed to seeing with Big Baby in the middle. He getting hit with some shots. This is a lazy performance, a lazy round by Miller, and it's finally Perro's punches finally had an effect on the big man in the last round.
Look, I think Sergio, part of it is when you see fighters get to these championship rounds, they see the light at the end of that tunnel. That adrenaline kicks in those rounds. They're definitely ready for another fight. He's the 78 round. He's like, damn, how much longer do I get to be with this 305-pound guy leaning on me?
You are absolutely correct. The adrenaline does take control at this point, and back comes Miller right now.
And response here from Miller. That was the most energetic that Perro has looked in some time. And Miller right back on top of him. Outrageous punch output from Jarrell Miller here tonight.
Stop. We are not accustomed to seeing heavyweights fight like this. This is a small man type fight. On the inside, making it physical, uppercuts and body shots. One man imposing his will, another man tried to box early, but he was forced to fight on the inside by the bigger man, by Big Baby Miller.
To beat Jarrell Miller, you've got to be in shape. You've got to be able to move. I don't think the scripting is that complicated, but Lenny Perro, in my opinion, did not come into this fight with the kind of
10 seconds.
Final 10 seconds. As they bang away to the final bell.
Bravo.
So it's a scorecard side.
Looking for a big bargaining chip in at the heavyweight.
One final time tonight.
Well, David the Monster Benavidez steps up to face Zurdo Ramirez for his Cruiserweight World titles next Saturday here in Vegas. It's the first Mexico versus Mexico World Championship matchup to ever take place above 168, and it's on Cinco de Mayo weekend. See it live on DAZN as part of your ultimate package. Nervous moments here for Big Baby Miller and for Lenny Perro, two men looking for a big bargaining chip in at the heavyweight division. And you just heard Thomas Taylor saying, a heck of a fight as we send it back up to David Diamante.
One final time tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action here in Las Vegas, Nevada, we go to the judges' scorecards. David Sutherland and Steve Weisfeld both scored this bout 117 to 111. Tim Cheatham, 115, 113. All three for your winner by unanimous decision. Jarrell.
Yes!
The big baby pulls it off. Maybe the biggest win of his career thus far, certainly.